So in this class, we'll be discussing about stacks using dynamic arrays. So before we study about this stacks using dynamic arrays, we should first know why we should go for the stacks using dynamic arrays. Till now, we have seen the stacks which were using static arrays. The meaning is the size of the stack was fixed. That means in our example, if we take size of stack as 5, we can store and process only 5 elements maximum. So we were able to store and process only 5 elements if it was a static array. Now, if the size of the stack is 5, we cannot store the elements more than that. We cannot store the elements more than 5. Say for example, this if this is a stack which is having a size of 3, index starts from 0, 1 and 2. So if this is one stack which has only size of 3, that means you can store a maximum of 3 elements in this 10, 20 and 30. So if you want to increase it, or if you want to store one more number called 40, it is not possible to store during the execution. Why? Because its size is fixed already. So how we are fixing? We are fixing by using stack size. That means earlier in the program we used to fix the stack size by using hash define keyword. Hash define, I hope you remember this, stack underscore size. We were giving some fixed size, either 3, 4, 5, whatever size we wanted. Now the disadvantage with this approach was we were implementing the stack something like this: int s of stack underscore size. Stack size. This is how we declared, we allocated a memory for. So stack size here int s of 3. So 3 was the size of the stack. That means maximum number of elements what a stack can process. What a stack can process or store was 3. So if you want to store beyond 3, that means it is not possible because size of the stack is fixed. So in this case, we may go for the dynamic stack. So another way also is possible. Another disadvantage with these static stacks is, say for example, if I have stack something like this, which has say so many spaces, stack, and if I am using only these many locations, 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. So if there are 100 locations, I am using only these 4 locations and we are not using these locations. We are using only 4 locations. That means these 96 locations are not being used and 4 locations are being used. 96 are not used. So this is also a disadvantage of the static stack. When the size is more over allocated and this is under allocated, when size is over allocated and we are not using all the locations, then also it is a disadvantage. That means better approach is to go for dynamic stacks or stacks using dynamic arrays. That means only allocate the memory whatever is required at the time of execution. Only allocate the memory whatever is required. So how to solve this problem? The solution for this could be, so let us make use of a stack. Let's make use of a stack which is having size of only one location at the beginning. So what you can do here is, the better approach here is, this is a stack and keep size as only one. That means it can store and process only one element at a time. Process it and store the allocation. If your input is something like this, so if there is only one element, then use allocate only one space. So if during the execution, if you want to give something like this 20, then what you need one more space, just increase the size of the stack by 1, then store 20. And during the execution, if you want one more space, that means if you want 2 more spaces, that you can possibly you can increase the size, then store the elements. So that this is what is nothing but the dynamic stack. This is what is nothing but the dynamic stack. So what happens in dynamic stack? We will assume the stack size by 1 because minimum what we can process is one element and maximum what we can have in the stack is n number of elements. So if you want whatever size you want, you can go on increasing size of the stack here. You can go on increasing size of the stack. So that is what is advantage of the dynamic stack, and that is what is meaning of the dynamic stack. So if we fix the stack size during the compilation, we cannot alter its size during the execution. That is what is disadvantage. How we can overcome? We can overcome them just now as I explained. Begin with the how do we create the stack? See here in this dynamic stack, creating pop is full and is empty. All the conditions are same, very same as that of the normal stack. But only change comes in the push operation. Before you insert, you should check. If the stack is full, we will not give the error message. We will increase the size of the stack by 1 and we will insert the new element. So that is the only change with the stacks using dynamic arrays. If it is a static array, what we do, if the size of the stack is full, so this is a static array. What example would be was static array. If the size of the stack is full, what we do in case of static array, we will just throw an error message. We will just throw an error message saying that stack is full. Stack is full and we cannot insert the element. That is what we do in case of static array. Whereas in case of dynamic, we will not do that. The stack is full here, we will just increase the size by 1. Then we will insert the next possible elements. We will insert the next possible element. So that is what approach we are using. What we create? We will create the stack by assuming stack size is 1. That is earlier size at the beginning, the size of the stack will be 1. And as usual, we are using pointer because for dynamic memory allocation, what we have discussed in the first module, for dynamic memory allocation, we will make use of the pointer. And top as usual, it will be initialized to -1. Top as well, it will be initialized to -1. So this is what is the change in the create function. So after the create function, what we are doing here is, so this is create function. So how do we create the dynamic stack here is, we will just allocate, this is our stack, and because stack size is 1, it can store and process only one element. And other than that, what we are trying to do here is we are initializing top to -1. We are initializing top to -1. So -1 and initialize top to -1. This is what we have created. We are starting with only one location because if you want, you process only one location. It is possible that during the execution, you may not want more spaces. So unnecessary, we are not allocating space. If it is required, then only we'll allocate. And as usual, how do we check the full condition? Same as that of the previous normal stack. Wherever if top is pointing to stack size -1, we call it as a stack is full. But in dynamic stack, when the stack is full, we will not throw the error message. We will check whether the stack is full. If it is full, increase the size by 1. If it is full, increase the size by 1. And that is where the difference comes for the push function. So where the difference here is for the normal stack and the dynamic stack, the difference here is in the push function. Once the stack is full in normal stack, we throw the error message. Whereas here, we can increase the size of array by using realloc function, using realloc macro, what we have discussed. So what realloc does? Realloc function is used for increasing size of the stack by 1 or n number of positions. What we do here is, when the stack is full, we will not stop. We will increase the size by 1 and then store the element in that location. The code for that is first we'll check whether stack is full. That is, if top is equal to stack size -1, that indicates that stack is full. We are going to increase the size by 1. We are going to increase the size by 1. How can we increase that? Whatever earlier size of the stack is there, stack underscore size plus plus. So what it will do? It will make the size of the stack to be increased by 1. Then allocate memory for that same pointer. Allocate memory for that same pointer. That is on by calling realloc macro for this stack. Allocate new memory of this size, which can hold integer type of data. Right? This is the entire function. I'll take the entire function and explain, so that you will be able to better understand the stacks using dynamic arrays. It may not be possible to paste. I'll check what best we can do. Right. If you can look at this function, what it says, we will first check whether stack is full. So when we say stack is full, we say stack is full if the top is equal to stack size minus 1. If the top is equal to stack size minus 1, we say stack is full. Say in this scenario, if you consider this scenario, right? So if you assume there is already one element 10 is stored in this stack, and if you want to store one more element called 20, if you want to store one more element called 20, that is not possible. Why? Because stack is full. So what was the earlier size of this stack? Earlier size of the stack was stack underscore size was having a value of 1, because already it is stack size is 1 and already one element is present here. But now I want to store one more element called 20. For that purpose, first you should check whether stack is full. So we'll check this condition. If top is equal to right? I'll check this condition here. If top is it equal to stack size minus 1, is it true? Stack size is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So that means it is true and stack is full. We cannot insert new elements. So simply a statement will be given as stack is full, and we are trying to increase the size by 1. So how do we increase? Onto this present stack size, we will perform incrementation. That is stack underscore size plus plus. What it will make? It will make stack size to be increased. That means once this statement is executed, that stack underscore size plus plus. So what it will cause? It will make the stack size from 1, it will become 2, because earlier value of 1 stack size was 1 and now it will become 2. And for that new size, you reallocate memory for this stack. This same stack, I am going to show it once again after reallocation how it looks like. Right? So this is the stack 0 and element 10 is present here. Now what happens when I call this function? What happens when I call this function? Right? When I call this function, realloc function, what it does here is, for the meaning of this realloc is reallocate memory for this stack with this size and of type integer data. So what is the present size? Present size is 2. So what it will do here is it will increase the size. It will make the size of the stack as 2. And one more memory location will get added here, because we have studied how realloc works in first module. It will expand or reduce the size of the existing stack. Now, once you reallocate, what I have done here is, if the stack is full with this code, what we have done is we have just increased the size of the stack because one more space is added here. Then simply insert the element as usual, how you insert for normal stack. So make top to point to next location. Earlier top was pointing here. See here. So when you insert that, when you insert this element, top will be pointing to this location. From here, top incremented. So when you perform top plus plus, top is made to point to next location. Then at that location, copy the item. S of top equal to item. S of top. Top is 1. S of 1 equal to item. What is the item that I want to copy to the stack? Item is 20. So 2 elements are successfully placed onto the stack. 2 elements are successfully placed onto the stack. So what change you can observe here is, even though the stack is full, we are not stopping. We can still increase the size of the stack. So with this, if you have one more element to be stored, again we say that stack is full. But what we do here is we can increase the size by 1. Perform stack size plus plus. What is the present stack size? It is 2. So when you perform 2 plus plus, new stack size will become 3. The new stack size will become 3. That means stack size will be increased. Dynamically, it will be increased. Increase the size of the stack dynamically. Then as usual, increment the top by 1. Instead of here, make top to point to next location and S of top equal to next item 30. So that is what is dynamic stack. Only this is where the change comes. Whereas for the pop, we go on deleting. So the main advantage with dynamic stack here is only whatever is required, that much memory will be allocating for the stack. We will not waste extra memory. The extra unnecessary memory will not be allocated for the stacks. That is what is stack using dynamic arrays. Right? And remaining is empty is also same, because when we say stack is empty whenever top is pointing to -1. If top is pointing to -1 at the bottom, then we say it as empty. And as usual, pop, we follow the same procedure. If top is equal to -1, we will simply return -1, saying that there are no elements. If there are no elements, then we cannot pop the elements. But if there are some elements, just take the topmost element, then decrement the top by 1. Same like how we do in case of normal stack. The only difference between normal stack and dynamic stack is in case of push function. And that too, only this is the difference. What is the difference? Increase the stack size and reallocate the memory and go on increasing. In case of dynamic stack, we go on inserting elements till the memory of the system becomes full, till we have space onto the system. Up to then, we will be inserting the elements onto the dynamic stack. Right? This was stacks using dynamic arrays. Stacks in dynamic arrays. Now let us see the different applications of the stack. We can make use of stack in different areas, such as evaluation of postfix expression, conversion of expression from infix to postfix,